The topic of this video is motivation. I want you to think about this topic as a way to understand your level of motivation, where it comes from, how it may differ in each of your courses, and how it adds to understanding yourself as a learner. As you look around your class, you see some students who are very proactive. They arrive to class early or on time. They get their notebooks and pens out quickly or open their laptops. They contribute to class discussions and do well on tests and papers. Those are the students you want in your study group or project group. They are also the students faculty like to see in their classes. Then there are the students who are quite passive. They arrive late to class, or not at all, slink into their seat and just sit passively staring into space. Rarely, if ever, do they contribute to class discussions, and usually they hide their return test papers so no one sees their grade. Needless to say, these are the students you do not want assigned to your group. Faculty usually don't know what to think, whether their body language and behavior are communicating accurately or whether it is a misread of the student's motivation and interest. So let's examine why some students are in the first group and others are in the second, and how those in one group move to the other. Motivated behavior in college consists of 3 factors. 1, sociocultural, 2, classroom environment, and 3, internal factors. Let's take one at a time. As I review each of these, think about which factors are appropriate for explaining your motivation. The first factor is sociocultural. It involves the pressures or influences on you from your family, friends, and community. Did you always assume that you would get a college education? Or is this a whole new world that has opened up to you? Do you have parents or siblings who have attended college and are influencing your major, so they have communicated what to expect from the experience? Are your aspirations similar to your parents or other members of your family? So do the careers of your family members reflect your passion or interest also? Are you paying for your education? Therefore, are you more focused because you know how much time and effort was used to earn the money? Do you feel the responsibility for the care of children or family members while in college? So do you have additional pressures to your student responsibilities? Finally, do your friends and peers at college have a strong influence on your behavior, and do you have common interests? Is there a connection with other students on campus? Do you think you want to do whatever your friends are doing? Are you afraid to be left out? These are your social cultural factors. So think about what it is in your family or community, that is influencing your motivation. The second factor of motivated behavior is classroom or academic environment. This involves everything academic related, so faculty, classes, academic activities, and academic responsibilities. Are you given the freedom to select your own topics for papers and assignments in your classes? Or can you incorporate your interest in an assignment and come up with your own? Does the instructor offer the opportunity for discussion and/or group work? So is your role in class more passive than active? Are assignments handed back in a timely manner, and do you learn from your graded work? Or do you just shove the returned work to the bottom of your book bag, never to be seen again? Does the instructor seem willing to meet with you? So is the instructor approachable? And have you attempted to meet your professor during office hours? Does your professor provide a clear and comprehensive syllabus? Do you get enough information in the syllabus, or are you clueless as to what the professor expects? Does the class have more than 50 students in it? So do you like the idea that you can blend in and go unnoticed? Are you intimidated to contribute in the class because of its size? So think about what it is in your classroom environments that is influencing your motivation, and how can you account for similarities and differences between your courses? Finally, the third factor consists of internal factors or personal attributes, such as your personal values, interests, and self-confidence. Do you value or show interest in different academic courses and tasks? So, do you welcome the challenge of those that will require effort, or do you enroll because they appeal to your interests, or just because you think they will be an easy A? What are your goals? Do you have any? Do you consciously work toward them, or are they like your New Year resolutions, broken by the time the first week of the new year is over? Do you believe you can do well in your academic courses? Are you confident with your achievement? What accounts for your academic success? Do you put in the required effort or any effort at all? And what causes for your academic failures? Do you avoid trying? Now, think about your values, goals, and your perception of academics. Which ones and how are they influencing your motivation? It is the interplay between these 3 factors, your family and community, academic environment, your personal attributes, that can help you understand your motivating behavior. So take a moment and jot down the specifics that rang true to you for describing your motivation. All right, moving right along. So what is it that you do that demonstrates your motivation in classes? First, you assume responsibility for academic achievement and improvement. You are the student who goes to professor's office hours, proofreads and edits work be handed in, you review comments on returned work, and you understand how to improve the next assignment. Second, you have a positive attitude towards yourself and your surroundings. You take pride in the work you submit by proofing. You take your responsibilities seriously by handing in assignments on time, being punctual, and prepared for class. Remember one thing. For some professors, the only way they get to know you is by the work you hand in. If it's sloppy, if you didn't follow directions, they begin to think about whether you really are not only not motivated, but do you really care about anything? So the third factor, as evidence of motivation in your academic performance, is you set goals. Whether a grade or a sense of satisfaction, you are spurred on to achieve. Your goals help you focus your activities and priorities. Finally, you manage stress and anxiety. You are able to balance your social life with academics and recognize the need to prepare and be organized. Another way to look at the whole concept of motivation is to examine who controls the influences on you. This is known as the concept of locus of control. Where is your locus of control? Is it external or internal? If you have an external locus of control, this is the extent to which you need others to motivate you. You see little or no relationship between effort and results. It's a mystery how it happened. Or you wanted the A but got the C. How did that happen? You believe in luck or fate. It doesn't matter what you do. You have the attitude of whatever, or it is what it is. You prefer to follow familiar habits, patterns, and you resist change. You know what it feels like if you just do what you always do. You need someone to motivate you. You rely on your roommate to wake you up for classes. You have little control over your life. You say to yourself, let everyone else make your decisions for you. When something goes wrong, you think there is little or nothing you can do about it. You don't look at your role in the situation. You just feel you are helpless to make a difference. But how about when your locus of control is internal? You see a relationship between effort and results, like grades. If you put in the effort, you are usually rewarded. You are a self-motivated, positive thinker. You enter into your test with a positive attitude. You expect to be successful. You welcome the challenge. You see yourself in charge of your own life. You make the decisions in your life that bring you a sense of satisfaction. You try to figure out what happened when things went wrong. You get a paper back and review the errors as well as think about how to improve on the next one. No bottom of the book bag for you. So your goal is to learn how to manage a lack of motivation and how to sustain your motivation and nurture that motivation. So when your motivation decreases, what can you do to minimize the negative consequences? And if you're highly motivated, you need to learn how to sustain it when surrounded by unmotivated peers. You will be using 4 strategies from Chapter 14 to examine your motivation. 1, completing a questionnaire to explore your motivation. 2, examining effective rewards that you can use to help support your motivation. 3, explore your academic fears. And 4, finally, identifying the consequences for your lack of motivation. As you examine your motivation, think about how you can grow it, nurture it, and sustain it. It really is dynamic. We all have peaks and valleys. Navigating them is essential. My previous students have told me they get the most out of this topic when they are brutally honest with themselves. So take the risk and look in the mirror, and so long for now.